Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to put a quick video up. Well, hopefully quick. Usually never end up being quick, but I did get my back windows tinted, and I got the side windows, the kind of RV style windows. I got those darker. I think they were at, I don't know what it's like, 20%, and I got them. They're basically like a limo tint now, just like this back one here. This is a limo tint. I guess it's called 5% limo tint. So really, I mean, I know you guys, I don't know how it's showing up on the video, but you can kind of see the house across the street, but like barely. And that's really just because that there's nothing, sort of there's light coming in through there. So let's do it. I'll show you what else I've been up to. I got some cabinets in. Well, they're really kind of just trunks right now. And they kind of do this. Let me get some of this out of the way. I stained them, to put some couple coats of polyurethane on, but I essentially kind of just do this. I did the inside and an exterior, gray paint, because I figured, stuff would get. I mean, I hope nothing ever gets wet in there, but I don't know, just living where we live, and again, like surfboards and stuff, all kind of going in and out of this. It's really needs to have this sort of stuff on it, otherwise the stuff will get ruined. I haven't put the whatever's on here to make them flip up. So these are really just trunks right now. Let me just get this out of the way so you can see. So that's essentially, this is where I drilled the holes for the, sorry about the mess. Drilled the holes in for, these are essentially one by threes. And then I did 1x3s, here, and this actually holds the platform up for what essentially is going to be a platform bed. It works good. It seems to be really sturdy. I mean, I'm able to kind of get up there and bounce on it and all that kind of stuff. That was one of the things I was worried about, because I mean, these are just 1x3s. They're not. I didn't want to put 2x4s because they would end up coming out quite a bit on both sides, and I still want to keep this space as open as possible. But I left my surfboard. I didn't take my surfboards out here from yesterday. So this gives a good idea of kind of what it looks like with kind of some gear and some gear in here. It's not like, I mean, this is kind of how it is right now, because I haven't really, I mean, my plan is to actually put some like little, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like an airline track, and then you can, it's like I think it's E-track or L-track. I can't remember which ones I'm looking at using, but then you can put these little, little hooks on there. Not hooks, but they're kind of like an O-ring, and then you can hang stuff. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing, maybe putting one here and then like one over here, and then I can kind of take my boards and just put them in like that. Or my other plan, and this is definitely in the works, but having an overhead cabinet that basically starts from here and goes all the way to the very front. And I'm not planning on making them huge, they're not going to come out, this far or anything like that. I'd say maybe here. I don't know what I measured out. I think it was maybe a little over over a foot. So maybe out to like here. I didn't want them to be too huge, because these trunks, I mean, they actually have tons of space in them. But if I do overhead, or when I put in the overhead cabinets, what I may do is actually put like a dowel rod that goes across, to this side. So maybe one like, one maybe in here somewhere, and then another one. I'm not sure how I would do that. I may have to have some kind of hanging thing up, further up front, because the dowel rod up there, I don't know, wouldn't work as well with like a longboard. I don't know. I'll figure something out. So what else? These right now, I just wanted to I wanted to get the main thing for get these trunks in, because they're nowhere near complete. But I wanted to get the trunks in, because then I could go ahead and put the platform bed, or the platform across, so I could actually go ahead and start using this thing. That's really kind of what I'm, was really kind of the main driving force for getting these in, was because I wanted to get this in, because I want to actually start using it. I mean, it's a really good time of year here in North Carolina. Yesterday was really nice. It was a good day of surfing, and just beautiful. It just was like over 80 degrees, and You know, good, clean, you know, nice, fun, like 2 to 3 foot surf. So it was really, really a good time. So it's just, and today's a bit chillier, wind switched. It's like out of the northeast. I know you guys didn't get on here to hear a weather report, but it's you know, it's a bit more like fall today for sure. And you know, it'd be a good day to head up to the mountains or something like that. So but anyways, I want to utilize this, and as of right now, you know, we can certainly utilize it and still kind of have our gear thrown underneath it. We don't have to sleep on the floor. So, you know, definitely that was one of my main driving forces to go ahead and get this in. But my plan for these are to essentially what I'd like to do is put well, first off, I got my 110. You know, as you guys have seen before, this is a Marinco. It's essentially allows for, you know, 110 volt from the house to be plugged in here, and then I ran, you know, using the ProMaster. There's that hole that kind of snakes through here, and essentially it comes out here. Right now it's just kind of hanging up here, but eventually what I like to do is have the outlet actually right here, or maybe right, I don't know, probably right here, and then that way I can just kind of plug stuff in, as you know, that stuff that requires, you know, can't run on 12 volt essentially. The other thing that I'm looking at doing is essentially like some sliders. I don't want to do full-on drawers. I mean, drawers would be nice, but I don't know. Maybe call me lazy or whatever. Maybe I just don't want to build drawers in. But essentially sliders would be nice, because then I know it's, especially on this one, because it's not as big, it's not as deep. So maybe just a slider would be okay. And that's probably what I'll do in the overhead, as well. On the overhead cabinets, is just a slider. So anyways, so sliders here, you know, maybe like 2 or 3, like essentially holes. And then I'd like to kind of do something in here, like maybe a, like kind of do a cutout here, and then put a safe. I got a couple of, well, I don't want to get political on here or anything like that, but a safe here, and or maybe up here, because of just on either one of the sides of the wheel wells. I also have a, you know, I have a Goal Zero 1250. I actually also have a Goal Zero 400. I kind of went crazy with those 2 items because they're not cheap. But I thought about maybe taking that Goal Zero 400 and maybe kind of making a place for it, you know, so it kind of opens up, like how I did up here, and I'll show you guys that in a second. That way you can kind of have something back here, but then still be able to kind of, you know, take it out, because that was really kind of the idea. You know, the 400 was kind of something that we could just, it's a bit lighter. The 1250 is really heavy. It's not something, you know, it's kind of a 2-person job unless you got a dolly or something like that, especially taking it in and out of the van. Okay, so and then I'll do the same thing over here. I got a shower, like a 12 volt shower, and what my plan is to have it kind of sit down in here, and have a water tank right here, and then have the shower kind of come up, and then, you know, drill a hole in this guy, and then have it kind of come outside, and then you can take a shower, you know, out here. And then I'll do the same thing, you know, as I did on the other side. You know, I'll kind of make this a flat surface, so you can just kind of sit stuff on here. And then I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with all this area underneath. I'm gonna have, you know, have some there's like gonna be a lot of space under here, so extra potential things that I can think of are you know, I got clean, you know, my freshwater tank, and I may be able to fit kind of one here, and then kind of maybe one here, that type of thing. So that way I got a freshwater tank, and then a gray water tank as well for the sink. I'm not doing a black water tank. I'm not putting a toilet inside here. That is not at least not one that would feed into a black water tank. We will do a sort of one of those marine, like a Domitec or something like that, you know, toilet. And then down here is where all the where the mess is. No, I'm just kidding. There's my Blue Sea fuse panel, my Goal Zero 1250, and I'll walk around to the sliding door and show you guys that. But yeah, I'll end up making this a flat surface as well, and so I'll end up with this sort of, you know, area underneath. I don't know, maybe I'll do some kind of secret compartment and stick stuff I don't really want, you know, people to see, and then maybe kind of put a lock on it or something like that. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with that. All right, let's go over to the sliding door. Show you what's been done here. Okay, so this is not going to stay like this. I'm going to be putting some aluminum corner trim on here, so that'll be a bit nicer. And then this is my 12. This is a Goal Zero 1250. So as you can see, I've got a cutout right here. Like I was saying before, I'm going to have a flip down table here, so it'll probably, you know, connect about here, and then it'll actually flip. It'll flip down. So you got this sort of level surface, you know, right here, and we can use it for, I don't know. We'll see how long I can do. Hey guys, sorry about that. I'll be splicing this video up with the other one. My son set the alarm off on our other car. But yeah, so this gives you an idea of the cutout that's right here for the Goal Zero 1250. So right now I just have some lights hooked up. Just the, you know, but just the whatever they call them, light of lights or whatever, up there. But I am going to, I actually have hooked these guys up and this guy up, and then this reading light, which sounds great when you're riding on the road and it's beating right now, but eventually that will be all hooked up. I actually have another one of these, and then I have a, where is that thing at? I have another reading light that's it's used in boats and stuff like that a lot, but it's a bit more, you know, it's about 1 foot long, and I plan on using that actually on the back. I won't show you now, but it'll actually go on the back, on the back of this cabinet here, and it'll kind of be like if you're kind of on the reverse side of this cabinet here. It'll be something that can be used, you know, when the back doors, you know, the back doors are open, and then you can just flip that switch and you got yourself a little light that kind of can move all around, and then it could even be long enough to where it can kind of come around the side like that and shine underneath the platform, so you can kind of see everything underneath here. But like I was saying before, there's going to be a table here. It's going to, you know, flip down. And then I'm also going to extend this cabinet, you know, I'll do like a flip up, you know, a little flip up thing here. So I don't know how far it'll come out. So then you'll still be able to get in, but you kind of got this, you know, extended countertop. I did put that in. That's a stained piece of 1/4 inch birch. However, I think I'm going to do something with that, other than just leaving it like that. I thought it looked cool at first, but I don't know. Kind of changed my mind a little bit about it. I may put, I don't know, I was thinking about taking like a poster or some kind of one of those like sticky things that you can put on a wall, but doing one of like the map of the US or something like that. It might give it this sort of cool little, you open this door up and you kind of got this cool, you know, thing here. I will be doing I may not, but well, I'll definitely be doing a flip up table here. So these, like I was saying in previous videos, these actually, both of them actually turn around. So the idea is that, you know, if you had a flip up table here, that you got this sort of dining room area, you know, in this area, but it would flip down, because I really like the idea of kind of having this sort of open space. Yeah, longboard's in the way right now, but you kind of have this open space right here for just kind of, you know, hanging out. That's one thing, like, you know, we had that older road Trek, and they just crammed so much stuff into it that it's like no room to move. And that's really kind of, you know, what I wanted to kind of get away from. And I mean, this van is shorter, but I feel like in a lot of ways it's just got more room, because I haven't filled it up with so much stuff. And the stuff that I've put in here, I've tried to make it as modular as possible. Like the seat, you know, the seat flips up, you know, up out of the way. The platforms, they're not locked in right now. We'll be putting some kind of locking mechanism on it to lock them into place so they don't, you know, slide around, or if we, God forbid, flipped over or something like that, you know, they wouldn't go flying everywhere. But you know, right now they just kind of, they can slide back and forth, which I actually kind of like. you know, I had an old full wheel camper, not a full wheel camper, an all-terrain camper, which I did love, but it just wasn't for a family of 4. It was just too small. We needed more space, especially with the longer road trips and cross-country trips that we do, camping trips type stuff. But yeah, I mean, right now these guys can just, you know, they can just pop up, and I've had them, you know, the idea was that this could stack up on this, and then you kind of reclaim this. In fact, let me go and do that because it's not really too hard to do. Okay, and I've sort of, now I'm standing in that space that just was occupied by, you know, half of the platform bed. And the idea was that, you know, you could do this, and then like if we happen to, you know, if we're driving for a really long time, you know, you could take this off, but you still got this, this platform here, and someone could actually take a nap here or whatnot while we're actually driving. And then these will actually fit back here. Both of them will. So if we want to take both of these platforms down, you know, we can place them down in this area here, and we've reclaimed this entire area to use for, you know, the stuff that we, you know, when we have 4 people inside, if it's raining, you know, you want to have as much space in the living space as possible, just for to be able to move around. I mean, you can stretch. I mean, good grief, I could flip this seat up, and 2 of us could be doing yoga in here, you know. So it's really really quite awesome. So I think that's about it. You know, like I said, I'll be doing an overhead cabinet here that's going to span this entire thing. I do plan on putting a TV right here, installing a TV. The idea behind I was going to get one of those, you know, wall attachments or whatever. It'll attach somewhere in here, somewhere here probably. And that it would, you know, the TV would be like this, and then it would be able to rotate and actually be like that. So when you're sitting outside, you can actually do that, you know, camping trip, maybe watch a little football or something like that. If you can get it over the, get it over the wire or whatnot, not over the wire, but, you know, get a signal from it. I do have a TV, a pretty decent TV antenna. So there's that. What else? I think that's probably about it for now. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, or the part 4 videos jacked up, so I'll probably just delete that one. But these are just, you know, these are just carriage bolts that are going through, and you know, going through, and then a 1x3. So I just use washers, you know, decent sized washers on those. All right, well, that's about it. Thanks guys for tuning in, and you know, hopefully we can keep the progress going, and then, you know, get this moving. So thanks a lot, and we'll chat to you later.